There are always obstacles to moving timelines and manifesting what you desire and deserve. So in this video, I'm going to demonstrate to you how to remove those obstacles so that you can shift timelines and manifest exactly what you desire and deserve. Now, before we begin, keep in mind that a timeline is just another line of awareness. It's a path of awareness that your consciousness follows where things are manifesting in a different way or new things are becoming material and manifest. So you're on one timeline when you repeat manifestations over and over and over again. When new manifestations occur, you're shifting to another timeline. There are lower timelines and there are higher timelines. Lower timelines correspond with low frequency, so scarcity, lack, limitation, self-loathing, anything of that nature is a lower timeline. Higher timelines are abundance, it's healing, it's those magic and miracles that you have in your daily life that happen over and over again to the point where you feel like you're on the right timeline. So every single soul has to experience multiple timelines because via their free will, they have to choose what timeline they're going to exist on. When we choose higher timelines, what ends up happening is we get closer and closer to our overall destiny. And our destiny, of course, is to remember who we really are as an extension of one source consciousness, which I call God. So when you think about shifting timelines, you have to ask yourself, what is actually producing the timeline? What's producing the manifestations that are on the timeline? And the answer to that is quanta, right? It's information, it's energy. And I know a lot of people throw around the words quantum physics, quantum mechanics, but I don't think a lot of people understand what that really means. And I'm not suggesting that I'm going to explain it from a scientist standpoint, but from an energy healer standpoint, I can tell you that it is information, pieces of information, and when each little piece of information is put together, that is how our experience, our manifest experience unfolds. So we want to make sure that we're being intentional about piecing together the right pieces to create the manifest experience on the highest timeline we can possibly experience, okay? Now, the way we do that in our world, in the energy healing world, is that we start to look at the subtle body. And the subtle body is like the quanta, right? It is like the quanta of the physical body. It's what can't be seen, but at the same time, it can be felt and it can be sensed. So when we're talking about that subtle body, primarily we're talking about the aura, but the aura is built by the chakras. So the aura is the electromagnetic field that surrounds the physical body, and it can be very, very big or it can be very, very small. And our goal, in order to choose timelines we want to be on, is to make it very, very big and very, very vibrant. And one way to do that is to understand how it's being created in the first place. So the chakras essentially emit energy from their level of consciousness. Each chakra coming from the root to the crown and beyond, depending on what kind of chakra system you work with, emanates frequency, and that builds the aura. Now, what's important to remember is that the chakra column or the chakra system is divinely and intelligently designed. So each level of consciousness, meaning each chakra, is responsible for a specific type of information. It is processing that specific type of information, and that is how the aura is built. And since the aura is the electromagnetic field, it is magnetic to what experiences are what the information that is being emitted from the chakras. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're trying to manifest a healthy, happy relationship that thrives, and for some reason you are just not getting it. You're absolutely not getting it, okay? And so you ask yourself, why am I the one that's eternally single, or that person that's always in toxic and painful relationships? Well, one question I would ask you is, have you ever experienced rejection? Rejection from a mother, a father, a brother, a cousin, an uncle, a coworker, a boss, a friend, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be romantic, but have you ever experienced rejection? Because what ends up happening is that when our world becomes manifest, the energy is coming in a downward motion, and this is called the path of manifestation, as opposed to when we heal and we transcend certain situations so that we can reach higher timelines, it's going in an upward motion, or it follows the path of liberation. The path of manifestation runs from the crown to the root, and the path of liberation runs from the root to the crown. So the first thing I would look at as an energy healer is I would say, have you ever experienced rejection? Because rejection is going to be felt in that fourth chakra or the heart chakra. And what I would say is if you've experienced rejection, then what's going to happen via the path of manifestation is that energy of rejection from the heart chakra, which is essentially our center of relationships, is going to go down to the solar plexus, and it's going to do a couple of things in the solar plexus. It's probably going to extinguish your will to be available for healthy, happy relationships that thrive. It's probably also going to diminish your sense of free will to be with someone who can genuinely inspire and uplift you and love you. And as that energy travels from the solar plexus down to the sacral chakra, it's very likely going to manifest as feelings of shame, right? So rejection to losing your will to being in a healthy, happy relationship that thrives, to feelings of shame, then down into the root, which is your I am presence. And it would suggest that potentially I am not worthy, I'm not lovable, and I'm not deserving of a healthy, happy relationship that thrives, all because the energy manifested right around here in that heart chakra and followed down the path of manifestation. So now what our responsibility is we're responsible for reverse engineering that. But before I tell you how to reverse engineer it, if you want my Manifesting Myths and Facts PDF, this could be very helpful for you if you're sort of digging this whole concept of energy and how things are manifesting and how to remove those obstacles that are preventing you from moving to your highest timeline. And that is in the description of this video below, or if you're watching this on another channel, it could be in the links in my bio. So now let's reverse engineer this energy that has manifested as I'm not worthy, I'm not lovable, I'm not deserving. So when we reverse engineer it, we go through the path of liberation so that we can remove the obstacles. And we ask ourselves, okay, well, am I lovable, worthy, deserving? Because again, root chakra, I am presence. Am I safe in a relationship? Do I need a relationship to survive? How do I feel about relationships? Are they constricting or are they abundant? So getting into that root chakra and affirming, proclaiming that I am worthy, I am lovable, and I am deserving of a healthy, happy relationship that thrives. Okay, that's number one. Traveling up the path of liberation to the sacral chakra, now you're going to ask yourself, well, how do I feel about this rejection? Because the truth is, potentially, rejection is redirection. And the person that rejected you was either part of a short-term lesson that you agreed to learn, or that person really is not meant to be on your soul's evolutionary path in this lifetime. So you're going to take that new I am presence and you're going to travel up into the sacral chakra, and you're going to ask yourself, well, how do I feel? How do I feel about healthy, happy relationships that thrive? Do I feel like I could be in one? And if the answer is yes, then you have to travel up to the solar plexus and you have to ask yourself, what am I willing to do to achieve a healthy, happy relationship that thrives? What am I not willing to do so that I can be in a healthy, happy relationship that thrives, aka my people-pleasing friends? Okay, we want to make sure we're not people-pleasing in our relationships. And then as we move that energy up to the heart chakra, we open to receive. We really open to the potential and possibility that there is absolutely 100%, without a doubt, that there is someone that is absolutely perfect for you, a soulmate, potentially a twin flame, which might be a little rocky, but you know, we can handle it as we grow into the awareness that we are energetic beings, and we can use our energy to create healthy, happy relationships that thrives. And frankly, we can use our energy to remove any obstacle and to be on any timeline we desire. So if you have any questions about the path of manifestation, the path of liberation, or timelines or manifestation, just ask. In the meantime, never forget, you are loved.